Okay, time for another what sold what sold on eBay over the last week. Over the last week, did as you can see by the tabs open, didn't do too bad. These last three are inventory pickups, not things that actually sold. So I will address this as you can, because I do live in the Buffalo area. About the mass shooting that the mass shooting at Tops. That is made international news. I have seen posts in Australia. It made international news, and I actually was covering it when it happened, as I do also have a hobby, and as I'm sure you just heard in the background, the scanners going. So I was listening in when that first broke, or I missed the first 5-ish minutes of it, but I still picked up and was listening for a great majority of that. So I definitely can't ignore that. Uh, can't ignore that. So, getting into the video, moving on here. So, starting off, Bedford County Sheriff, which I believe this is in Pennsylvania. Sold that for $6.99. Next is St. Louis Justifiably Proud. As you can see, I have two of them. Sold the one for $8.99. The two that I have actually came in two different lots. The first one, at first I didn't want to look up what this was because I had so many other things to list, so I didn't bother looking it up. But then when I got it again, I did end up looking up, and it's kind of obvious now that you look at it with the ST and the L that it's St. Louis. Next, Jasper, Indiana Police, $6.99. This nice organ for $6.99. Those two came on the same lot together. Americas Fire Emergency Service for $5.99. San Francisco for $5.99. Rhode Island EMT. This one in specific, a cardiac EMT. As you can see, this was a uniform takeoff that I'm pretty sure the top cardiac patch is actually something that's separate but is attached from being on the uniform that it was on. It was taken off. This was out of that lot of 5, I think it was. Mostly kind of like the Rhode Island in that Rhode Island area. That started at 99 cents that I figured, I'll start it off. And no one else bid, so I picked them up. Sold, I think, one or two of those. Uh-oh, outbid. That's not good. I have a feeling that was going to happen on some of those, but it's good for it to happen now instead of the last minute getting outbid and not able to put my bid in and then losing out on it. So next is this cedar hammock down in Florida for $4.99. This is the first out of that lot of 70 that I picked up that had that musty kind of moldy smell to them. I've sprayed them down with Febreze quite a bit, and it definitely has knocked the smell down. They don't reek of mold and mildew, but they still don't smell the greatest. But right before I sell them, I do spray them down with Febreze again, and then seal them in the bag. And a lot of the newer ones I did disclose in the description that they may have a smell to them. Whatever that is, Mississippi, $6.99. Next one, see, as you can see, I started disclosing, Campbelltown, Pennsylvania, $7.99 for $7.99. This Chicago Committee on Trauma, American College of Surgeons Ambulance Course patch. This also came out of that lot of 70. I was actually surprised it sold pretty quickly to a very repeat buyer of mine. So that was good to sell. This, I think, came out of that lot of 70 as well. The Pinellas Park down in Florida for $4.99. St. Paul, Minnesota, got that, sold that for $7.99. This Antigua, Wisconsin, this sold 10% off, so for $6.29. Tombstone, Marshall, or no, Tombstone, Arizona, Marshall. I probably should have, yes, I should have not worded that way, but it doesn't matter, obviously, because it's sold. Batavia, Illinois, sold that for $5.99. No, that was 10% off as well, $5.39. And it actually went to a guy in Batavia. Romulus, Michigan. No, I thought oh no. Sold that for $5.99. Buffalo, New York. Buffalo Police. Sold that for $7. And that actually went to a guy in Pennsylvania. This I got out of a lot of that had other Buffalo police in it, but I already have this this specific Buffalo one. So that is kind of just a wash. I'm not worried about what they cost me per each one. Next, Florida Fire Mechanics Association, or Mechanical, whatever. $4.99. This also was out of that lot of 70. I've started listing. I'm starting to slowly list that the stuff that came in that lot of 70. I've been kind of sprinkling it in with some of the other stuff that's come in. Next is this Gulf Shores, Alabama. This sold for 10%, or sold for the 10% off as well, out on offer. They haven't paid yet, so this is not officially sold. I did send them the invoice today, and they accepted it yesterday. So obviously by next video, if they haven't paid, it'll be relisted. But I do hope they pay, because obviously $7.99 or $7.19 is a good sales price. Is a good sale, so I hope that doesn't end up falling through. Next, this also out of that lot of 70, North Bergen, New Jersey. This is sold to a guy in New Jersey in this area. As you can see, this was one of the ones that was pretty dirty. As you can see, it was dirty and also had a smell to it, but still sold fairly quickly. Next, this Madison, Alabama. This sold 10% off as well. This is kind of more of like a badge style. As you can see, it was new. It still had the tag on the back. This was more of a, as you can see, it's more of the badge kind of style. But that sold on for $6.29 on the 10% off. Next, El Paso, Texas, CSU crime scene unit. Sold that out. Got that out for $5.99. And this is the last one. This just sold a couple hours ago. I still have to get this shipped out. Somerville, Massachusetts, Housing Police for $5.99. So that's all the sales for this week. Not a bad group of sales. Next, I'll show you this is inventory pickup. I got this little lot right here. I got it specifically for this Lancaster police one. Lancaster has been one that was hard to find, but I have seen 2 or 3 listed recently. It always seems to be like that. One person will list something that's usually doesn't come up too often, but then you'll see 4 or 5 of them over the next month. Everyone starts listing them. So these are actually pretty high. This is about $5 a piece these came out to. But I really wanted the Lancaster one. I already have the New York State Police one. And maybe I'll keep the NYPD one. I'm not too worried about those. As those are obviously not hard, or very easy to come by. Next was this lot of 35 different fire department ones for $50 plus shipping. This came out to under $2 a piece, which is why I picked them up. As you can see, it's a little hard to see what's in here because the photo's sideways. I hate when people do this because there is tools to fix, to rotate your photo, because I know my camera does it all the time. I figured I'll get this because it was cheap enough, and I'll keep the Niagara Falls one. That's for the Canadian side, I can tell. And then the town of, what is that, Colony? Or over there. And then, yeah, I think that was it. The rest of these are other ones that I'll sell off. And then these just came in today. This lot here, we'll put it big screen. I picked it up specifically for this borough of Coudersport, down in Potters County, Pennsylvania. That's where my grandmother is from. So that's why I picked that one up. And then obviously I'll just sell the rest of these off. 2 DC ones here, Ohio, and some other ones. This one was also on the this was on the higher end, as you can see, the $50+ plus shipping divided by 18. This is on the higher end, but I should still be okay and still make a buck. Alright, so that is it for what has sold this week. A couple things I picked up for inventory. I'm gonna start listing some of these things, some of these ones right after this. I have the photos already loaded up, so I'll start listing some of these and drafting the rest. So I'll have some things to list, and then mix it in, like I said, with the lot of 70 stuff and anything else that comes in over the week. As I've definitely learned and definitely figured out recently, ever since I had that lot of 200, if I list at least, I'd say about 7 a day, my sales tend to be at least about 4. I'd say 4 to 7 usually is about what I'll end up selling throughout the day. And like 1 or 2 of those will be something I just listed, and the other ones will be from something else. So it's definitely good to have a backlog of inventory, and I try to keep a bit of a backlog of inventory now that I've been at this a while enough, and I'm an established seller in the patch community. I have buyers that come back to me because they know that I have good stuff, and I ship fast. It's quality. I don't lie in my listings, and it's just good patches for their collection. So, with that all being said, we will see you guys next week.